is back at Wits Universities. Let's take you live there. Pule, what's happening there now?
Yeah. Well, Prajan, look, what we're seeing now is 3 Nyalas that have arrived here at, of course, just across the Great Wall. Students continue to sing, facing that direction in which the Nyalas have come. 3 of them actually arriving there. We wonder what could be the reasons behind that. Now it means that there's private security here, and of course members of the SAPS and JMPD as well. We still wait to see what may happen, because we were told earlier on students would be taken off campus as well as staff members. That was a message that came from the Wits management earlier on. And as you can see on screen right now, it seems as though students are still not deterred, despite seeing these Nyalas which just entered a couple of seconds ago.
That's the latest, the live visuals, this standoff of sorts between the students who are singing in front of the Wits Great Hall. And earlier we saw them approaching it after they were informed that there's going to be a meeting with the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Zebulon Vilakazi, and the leadership of the SRC. Then they moved back to where they are positioned now, and they were singing earlier. And the Wits Great Hall is being closed off by a wall, a line of security personnel. And then in the last few minutes, we connected with Pule Litwiti-Jones, our reporter who's there on the ground watching the situation, because these police vehicles that you're seeing now on your screens had just arrived to stand behind the students. And the students are below the steps of the Wits Great Hall. So we don't know what is happening currently. It seems to be calm and under control, and maybe that's why the law enforcement vehicles decided to move into this area. They're not far from the Wits Great Hall. And Pule is back with us. Pule, it looks like it's some kind of a standoff, but things are under control. Is that happening all in front of the Wits Great Hall?
Well, Bradan, what I can tell you right now is that the Private Protection Security Services is asking us to leave the campus premises. I don't understand what's the reason behind that, but this, as we saw, the three Nyalas actually making way onto campus, and as you can see, we're being escorted by private security to actually leave here. We don't understand what's going on, but we just saw a group of private security saying that, why are you saying we must get off? Why are you saying we must get off campus? We're being told that, sir, why are we being escorted off campus? Why are we being escorted off campus? Come, let's go. No, but you can't just say we must go. Don't touch me, please. Why are we being escorted off campus? Well, pretend. It seems as though there isn't any message whatsoever. We're just being, told to get off, shouldered off. But students seem not to be unhappy with the media being told to get off campus as well. Like I said, this was after we saw the three Nyalas entering campus. Police officials, members of JMPD, and of course SAPS holding rubber bullet guns as well. We waited to see what will happen. Now, it seems as though there was going to be an address by members of JMPD here, as you can see on screen. But we're now being told, Gareth, we're being told I'm just trying to get my colleague to just come in, because we cannot be the only ones who are being told to get off campus here while other media guys are still inside. But we're still trying to get a sense of what is going on here, Pretend.
Yeah, I think, Pule, you're quite correct. If other media are allowed to be there, we should also be there. Maybe the camera is making the security personnel a bit nervous, but then one wonders why they wouldn't want the cameras to be there. So just take care and just find out why.
So we're being told to get off campus now. So what's going to happen now? You guys going to retreat?
These people. They want to kill us, and they don't want to be captured. You cannot. They must be seen.
They must be seen.
They must be seen. Everything must be captured. We cannot allow you to leave so that we can capture everything that is happening on this campus.
They've called even more backup now. You guys going to retreat for your safety?
No, we're peaceful. We're not doing anything. We're not fighting. We're just singing here.
This is a public institution also. We are allowed to do anything. We are registered students fighting for those who are not registered. So we do not get why we should...
Well, there we go, Pretend. It seems as though we are being grabbed by our hands telling us to leave. We will have to see what happens next. We're being escorted by private security, being told to leave, Pretend. But we might have to find a way to try and give you this rolling coverage. But as it is, there we go. We're being told to actually leave and vacate the campus premises, but students have vowed to actually not retreat but to continue.
Are they removing all media, Pule?
Yeah. They're actually removing all media houses. Colleagues from SABC and Newsroom also being told to leave the campus premises.
What is the reason?
But
what
we're trying to get a sense.
Okay,
wait, can't we film from there? Because we're waiting here. We're not interrupting anyone. So we want to see what's going on here. You're removing us. What's the instruction? No, don't hold me. Okay, yeah, but we're standing here. We're not interrupting anyone.
You're not supposed to stand here. It's not supposed to be on campus.
But you private security removing us, a public institution. You want to see what's going on. Where are you taking us? No, where are you taking us? Where are you taking us? Look, we want to stand here because you're filming. Why? No, don't touch us. We want to film.
No. I saw management. He said no. Nina, admit I will.
No, don't say no.
Management.
No, but there was a communication.
No.
There was a communication.
No communication.
No, to go inside.
No.
But why are you manhandling us? Why are you manhandling us?
No, because you need to. No. When one. Bonke bandilaba ya phuma. Wena salele muva. Hiyo le phela sesibuyela wonke so. Hey, hiyo le sesishwa yona. Hey, why one? But
you guys are not being reasonable. We're standing here. We're not disturbing operations. We want to film from here. That's what we're saying. Meet us halfway. Why are you taking us out? What are you blocking? What are you hiding?
But I need the instruction to put
No,
out. And now
no,
what
no.
instruction wherever you're working on it. For the ones local
Hey.
I instruction to move
Phela-
to Zindaba. Tonight instruction is to move to keep a hand.
Hey,
The institution apologized to say why other media houses were
Okay, tell us you to go back to instruction, mate.
No, no, the spokesperson of the institution said we're allowed to be here. There's a message here. There's a communication that is released here. You can see. There, from Wits. There. There, you can see.
But the instruction is to keep a hand.
But we're not, but I hear you. I hear you. But we're not we're not disrupting anyone here. We're standing here, want to film from what's going on here. We're not disrupting operations.
No.
You're starting, you're keeper, you're manhandling us, don't even tell us where we're going.
Okay, we're asking you to.
No, call that guy there.
No, we're asking you to.
No, call that guy there. The guy in the blue shirt who instructed you to take call him.
For why?
What we want to know why you
No. Yeah, no instructor Tina. What in the simkhipela ngapha.
No, but there's two messages here. There's two messages here, my friend. No, but call that guy. Why is he there? Why are you guys taking us out? I don't even know who you are. Tell that guy to come here.
You don't have to know who we are.
No, but tell that guy to come here.
You don't have to know who we are.
Tell that guy to come here.
Yeah, but you
to
need
come
to
and do what? You have to go out, guys.
If we're not inside here.
Pretend we may have to apologize for what the viewers have just witnessed on screen, but we're just trying to get a sense of why we're being chased out, because there was one communication earlier to apologies from the spokesperson saying that it was security decision to allow media not to come in, but it was not the institution's position not to allow media personnel to come in. So we're trying to get a sense as to where this instruction is coming out from, because earlier we were told it was not the institution's position to have the media chucked out of the institution premises as well. So we just try to get a sense of where we'll be taken to, because we're just being escorted. We don't even know where we're going, and we're not disturbing any operations whatsoever. We're just trying to publicize and show what is going on here in regards to the student protest that's been taking place for the past 3 days.
Yeah, in a public higher education institution like Wits University. I've never seen this before, why Wits management would want the media out of campus. And I think it's a question we're going to have to put to Professor Zebulon Vilakazi, the Vice-Chancellor, when we get a chance of that. How come the Wits management decides that media is no longer allowed? The third day of coverage of this incident, and you are not interfering with the work of the security. Yep. You are not interfering with the police. So I guess we are justified to find out why, and you should not be manhandled at all.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, the institution released a message, and I'll read, saying that we understand the impact of your work. They will take the complaints up at the senior DVC level. Protection services said that they fear for protests may resume if they see cameras. But we're not instigating any protests to actually flare up whatsoever. We're just showcasing what's currently taking place here. And they were saying, the institution said that they are trying to get all those who are not students and staff off campus. Therefore, who are being permitted to allow inside. They initially said this was not the institution's stance to actually take media out of campus. And therefore, that's why we actually trying to find a way with the security personnel to say, can we at least form from where we're standing currently? Because it cannot be that we're just being chucked out here when we have a mandate to broadcast and show South Africans what is going on here within this public institution. By the way, this is private security which is taking us out in a way, and we do not disrupt any operations that are taking place whatsoever. So it's quite unacceptable, Brian, and I think we need to raise this with the management of the Wits institution to say, where is this message coming on? I mean, we've tried to get the senior protection security official to try and tell us where they're getting this instruction from and why they're saying we should get off campus, and we're still waiting to get those answers.
And I mean, Wits management is going to have to explain here. That is my view, because besides us enjoying media freedom in this country, and there's no reason, you have not interfered with the work at all, there's no reason for you and other media colleagues there to be chucked out of the Wits University's campus. And the person who gave the instruction to the private security needs to come and talk to you to tell you why. There has to be very valid reasons why they don't want you now to be filming what's been going on after 3 days of protests.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we're just waiting to hear what were happening. For now, we're just standing here where we're instructed to stand, just to try and get a few shots that we can get and continue with the rolling coverage. But we're still waiting from the senior security private official to tell us where the instruction came from and what's the way forward. In fact, we will be also trying to get hold of Sharona, the Wits spokesperson, who initially in the beginning, like I said, had said that this was not the university's position to get the media out. So we're just trying to get the clarity there to find out as to where we currently stand here. But like you said, Bradan, this is a public institution. I think we should be allowed to, exercise our right of being able to broadcast the current developing story that is, coming out from the Wits institution next to the Great Wall.
Yeah, and you've not interfered at all. Are you alone, Pule, there, or are you still with the group of other media colleagues?
Yeah, I'm still with the group of other media colleagues. Of course, you can see the cameras here. I'm not sure if there's still other print or radio journalists inside. I had seen some of them earlier on, but I can't see them right now. So it means they probably didn't identify them, but they could identify us by the mic flags, which are branded, and of course the cameras and the tripods and the the live view packs, and that's how they could identify that you're part of. And if you're holding a camera as well, they could identify that you're part of you belong to a media publication, and they'd spotted us and tried to escort us. But I mean, this was wrong. We were not even warned about this. We just manhandled and taken out. And like I said before, I think the institution was supposed to actually come and address us and tell us that they actually don't want us here. But to be just, escorted out by private security, we don't even know where we've been taken to begin with, was quite, upsetting as well and unacceptable. Frustrating, to say the least, as well.
Yeah, very upsetting. But Pule, you did well by standing your ground there in the right way and not allowing the security guys to manhandle you and demanding to speak to the manager at Wits who gave them the instructions to take media out. So you stay put there. We're going to need to do some sports news shortly. It is a developing story. Stay put and stay safe, Pule. You and the other colleagues from the media there, you have every right. We have every right as media to be there unless our lives are in danger, unless we are interfering with what is happening. Media freedom is enshrined in our constitution unless Wits management can give us a very valid reason why they don't want media covering today's events this hour on campus. It doesn't make sense at all. It is unconstitutional, in fact, for Wits management to do so. I would love to talk to Professor Zebulon Vilakazi to ask him if he knows about this instruction, if it came from higher office. Hopefully, Pule, you'll catch up with Sharona Patel, the spokesperson, as well. We're going to leave it there for now. Those are the live visuals from Wits. You saw our colleague there, Pule Litwiti-Jones, and others being escorted out, an attempt by the private security on instruction from Wits management to take the media out of campus. Why? On what grounds, when we are just there doing our jobs? It's a matter of public interest. That is why we as the media are there at Wits to cover this protest by students. It's not the first time. We've seen the fees must fall before, and we covered that. And there have been more protests around Wits, including in 2021 as well. We were there, we covered that as well. Why is Wits management not wanting the media to be there this afternoon? That's the question as we leave those live visuals for you there.